Grab your confessionals, Wargamers. Your humble host, Mr. Wargaming, has to ask your pardon because after completing the last video and uploading it, I realized I made a terrible mistake. I set up this wonderful battlefield and I decided that our dudes are going to start here. And I decided that's not what we're doing here. At the end of every Hintervale video, I need to leave you guys with a choice of what to do next. I'll get better, I promise. The other sin against Wargaming that I committed is that I rolled to see how many owlbears, here's our baddies, were present in the village that Bill Heth is exploring. That's not how we do things. That's not how you go on a journey of discovery. You don't set 252 dudes again that are worth 150 points each against our 300-point army. No. That's not discovery. That is carefully crafting balanced encounters, and that's not what we're doing here. Hintervale is a journey of discovery. More properly, I should have made guys worth about 130 to 150 points and then rolled the dice to see how many were present. We'll get better. Moving on, that's what we're going to do. We're going to set the stats, and then we'll figure out how tough a challenge we are once the combatants have entered the arena. It is what it is. Here's what we're going to do after giving it a little more thought and figuring out how to make this work. Our guys are trying to find the two owlbears. They have located the owlbear spore, and they've discovered this ruined village off in Hintervale. And this village might make a good base camp for them. It'll save them having to run back to and from town on a regular basis, and it might even allow them to begin creating their own barony. They may be able to draw settlers who will take over this town now that it has 3 solid protectors, maybe even some spear carriers to help them protect it. We'll see. First, we got to figure out if they can clear the bad guys out of the town, and the bad guys are these 2 owlbears. Now, this owlbear here is baby owlbear, who is in the owlbear nest in one of these 6 buildings. The way it's going to work to find out where the owlbear is, one of the heroes is going to be adjacent to the house. He's going to have to make 3 actions to search. He just says search. We're going to make a quality check. And if we get 3 successes, then, well, whatever the results are, we're going to roll a d6. And if we roll a 6 on the first house, or a 5 or a 6 on the second, or 4 through 6, 3 through 6, 1 through 6, so as we go, it's going to be increasingly likely that we find the baby owlbear if we haven't found it. Or maybe it's Mama Owlbear and Papa's coming to rescue. Regardless, so we search. Find it, we roll our successes. On 3 successes, if the owlbear is there, our boy gets the first attack. On no successes, the owlbear gets the first, I should say, a free attack right then and there. And then we'll continue with the turn as needed. After that free attack, if possible, once the turn kicks over to the owlbears, Papa Bear is going to appear. And I've mixed these up. I don't know which one of these is our frowny face. The frowny face is where the Papa Bear is going to appear. And what we'll do is we're just going to keep him down there. And we'll put 1 here. We will put 1 here. I guess we'll put 1 on the hill and 1 in the grass. I think that's probably pretty good. Just to refresh your memory, the raging stream here, it's in a deep ditch, makes a very defensible point. You can only cross here at the ford or here over the bridge full free. Otherwise, you have to be standing adjacent to it, and then you have to spend a complete action to cross the stream. Okay. There's our scenario rules. We are ready to get started on this game of Song of Blades and Heroes, the first actual combat in this campaign. Let's see what happens. We are gaming in 15mm scale, but we like to use the big boys, 28mm scale, round scale. So it'll be, when they move, a short movement will be equivalent to, I think it's 75? Double check. 75, 120, and 180 millimeters. Or 7.5, 12, and 18. We are going to start with, you know what I think we should do? Because our Caleb there is an animal, he's a doggo, and he is a forester, we may give him a bonus when he searches. So what we'll do is we'll start with You know, it doesn't make sense. We don't have any owlbears. So we'll start with one action for each of our dudes until the owlbears appear. 75 millimeters will take him to there. Our archer is going to move to here. Hey, see the grass? These would be fields, except now, because the village has been ruined for so long, ever since the fall of the Hellmouth, they are now overgrown grasslands. And let's see what the terrain effects those have. By the way, this over here is all heavy forest. Anywhere where there's a template is heavy woods. The grasslands count as broken terrain. Any model anywhere within the grass gains the advantages and suffers the penalties. He gets a cover bonus when being shot at. Range attacks are -1. It reduces the measuring stick by 1 size. The heavy woods over here, it takes 2 actions to move 1 short stick. In addition, it counts as a 2 for the cover. We'll go ahead and move. So just so we're clear, our shooter here, our bowman is Mendo, and plain old Gwyn is the guy with the round shield, and Will Heth is our big hero. So we'll bring our doggo up, and the doggo is going to search to see if we have an owlbear inside this building. The owlbear will appear on a 6, if he appears at all. But first, Caleb has got a quality of 4+. Now, because he's a dog and he's got the good sense of smell, he's going to have successes on a 3+. So first we'll find out what happens. He's got 2 successes, so he is going to have the first action, but he does not get the free attack. And on a 6, nope, there is no owlbear there. Okay. Moving on to the next turn, we're going to pull Mendo up to the tree. We'll bring plain old Gwyn to there. 75. 75. Whoa, boy. Hey, slow down there, and that's the end of the turn. We're just going to take it 1 action at a time. Remember that all of our heroes are tough, and William has a quality of 3. Gwyn and Mendo have a quality of 4, as does, quality 2 for our hero, quality of 3 for his best friends, and a quality of 4 for his animal companion, who, by the way, he can move 12. So we'll bring him right there. Do we want to send... I don't want to send my archer. Moving on to the next turn, our archer's actually going to slide over to here. And we can bring... I think we'll bring... We got to check the barn next. The barn seems like a bad place. Doggo's going to move up to the barn doors, but we're not going to search just yet. We're going to bring Mendo to there. We'll bring plain old Gwyn up, and we'll bring our hero up to there. And now we're going to search again. We'll make that quality check for good old Caleb. He knows he's a good boy. You don't even need to ask who's a good boy. He knows. And he gets 2 successes. And then on a 5 or 6, that's where the owlbear is. Hey, GCMini.com, that is our 6. So the owlbear comes busting out. But now because we got 2 successes, that means that the owlbear bursts out. We don't get the free attack. But the difficulty is that, so he comes bursting out. And now our guys get the first turn. Before we handle that first turn, we should see... No, our boys are going to go first. And now we need to do this a little more carefully. Since we've got Caleb already in contact, I'm nervous about that other owlbear appearing. Let me pull back and show you where he might be. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be a very difficult fight. Mendo here is going to pull back to cover the backside. And I think what we'll do is put him over here. The good news is if the owlbear appears in this grasslands, it's going to take him a little longer to get stuck in. We may be able to pop off a couple of shots. Likewise, if he appears there or on the hill, Remember, if he appears on the hill, he's going to have to come across that ford. So we will have some time. The owlbears are tough. And I mean that in a rules sense. They have a quality of 2 and they have a combat of 6. These are big boys. They're actually worth 170 points apiece. Because they're tough, every time they take a wound, that quality falls from a 2 to a 3 to a 4 to a 5 to a 6, to a 3 to a 4 to a 5 to a 6, and then to a 7. So they effectively need to be beaten in combat 5 times. And with a 6 combat, that is not going to be easy. This is going to be a challenging one, guys. So what we're going to do is, I moved Mendo already. I actually need to see if he gets 2 actions, so he can do that. He is going to pull over to there. Then we're going to go ahead with our... let's use William next. Is going to close to combat. With 2 actions, he can close to combat. And let's zoom in on that scrum. Plain old Gwyn is dashing. So because he charged into combat, he gets a +1 to his combat strength. So he's fighting at a 5. Because our owlbear is outnumbered, he's got a dog yapping at his flanks, he is also at a combat skill of 5. The green die will be for our heroes. The orange die will be for our owlbears. And I think those are the only modifiers we've got. Defending obstacle, prone opponent, ambushing. Oh, ambush. Nope, it's not an ambush. Okay, that's the big thing, is avoiding the ambush. So it's going to be a straight roll, adding 5 to each of these. And it's going to be a 7 versus an 11 for the owlbear. Which puts plain old Gwyn down on the ground. Now, he is still in contact, and that is important. Because it means we're going to be able to have our leader, Will Heth, is going to rush in, and he gets 3 successes. So he uses 1 success to close. He's going to use 2 successes to make a powerful attack, which means he forces a -1 onto the owlbear. The owlbear is now fighting at a total of -1 for Caleb, another -1 because he is still in contact with this fallen guy, so that's a -2, and then -3 for the combat. So we are looking at a total of 5. Oh, and I didn't even need to roll. He automatically gets 1 success every turn as a hero. He's fighting at a 5. Orange die is fighting at a total of 3. And that's going to be a 4 versus a 9. When you double your opponent, the loser goes out of action. I don't think that's right with a tough opponent, though. That is the first wound for Mr. Owlbear. So his quality now falls to 3. And it's time for Caleb to see what he can do. And as this is the last action, Caleb with his activation of 4+ only gets 1 attack. So he's going to get a regular attack. I want to see something. If you're tough, is it just your quality that's affected? Let's go ahead and check the rules. We don't often do this here. We like to keep things moving, but I think it's worthwhile given that we have such few guys. Let's see. When a tough model receives a death, oh, we got to triple him up. Okay, the quality goes up by 1, so he becomes a quality of 3+. All right, well, hey, at least we made it harder for that guy to do anything. Caleb here is going to be fighting at a total combat skill of 3 versus 4 for the owlbear. And the owlbear rolls a 7 versus a 9. And in this case, because Caleb rolled an even number, the owlbear falls down. He's still in contact, but he fell down. We'll take it, because now that owlbear has to use some of his actions not to attack and not to hurt our friends, but to stand up. Let's find out where Papa Owlbear is. There are 4 possibilities for where he comes on. The first possibility, that is a face, so he does not appear there. The bridge is a frowny face. That is where he appears. So as the owlbears take their first turn, That's going to be the order of the day. The owlbears are ferocious. They are going to attempt 3 actions on every single turn they take. We'll start with Papa Bear, see if he can get stuck in. He is forester, tough, berserk. He is an animal, and he's got to go. He's got to go rescue. I had some notion about them trying to escape into the woods, but given how tough this fight is, they think they can take these 3 scrubs. So 3 actions. He acts on a 2+, and look at that. He only gets 1 action, and then things turn over. Because we're using 15 mil, he's going to be able to move to there, and that's going to be it for the owlbears. A lucky break indeed. Let's see if... all right, so our hero, William Heth, is got... he activates on a 2+. We're going to start with him. He gets all 3... Well, I only need to roll 2, I forgot. But he gets his 3 actions. So he's going to use all 3 actions to attack. He only needed 2 successes. Probably should have rolled 2 dice. It is what it is. Mr. Owlbear there is going to be fighting at a total of -3, so he is still fighting at a 3. And our hero is going to be fighting at a 4. I forgot. Let me turn him so you can face the camera. So much more interesting than just a washer. Because the Owlbear's fallen, William has an additional +2 to his roll, so he is actually fighting at a 6 now versus a 3. This becomes a 10 versus a 7. As long as you win, you do another point of damage. So that is the 2nd hit on Mrs. Owlbear. And we'll let plain old Gwyn take the next stab. Now he activates 2 failures. All he's going to be able to do is stand up and play kicks over to the owlbears. So this time we'll start with, on a 1, 2, 3, we'll start with this owlbear. So she's going to take all 3 actions. Because she's got 2 actions, she only activates on a 4+. I'm sorry, because she has 2 wounds, she activates on a 4+. She will be able to use one of her actions to stand up, and she will use her other action to attack one of these guys going after her. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On a 3, she's going after Caleb. Just a regular attack. Now, she is still at -2 because she's in contact with additional people. So she is still attacking at a 4. It's going to be a 4 for her against a 3 for Caleb. She gets an 8. Caleb gets a 5. And that means, with the even roll, Caleb falls down. Then we got to find out what Papa Owlbear does down here. He's going to use all 3 actions. And he activates on a 2+, so he's going to use 2 of his actions. It's 12 centimeters, right? I think he's going to be able to attack. Yeah, moving at medium. He can move 24 centimeters, and he still has left over for 1 attack. Sorry about this, Mendo. That attack is going to be pretty rough. What does Berserk do? You guys know what Berserk does? All right, I can't find it. Maybe it's in Song of Wind and Water. I think it has something to do with when you get injured, your combat skill goes up. Whatever. We're going to just do this combat, and we'll ignore Berserk for now. Or it might be buried in combat or someplace bizarre. The only titles I have right now are Song of Deeds and Glory, Song of Gold and Darkness, Song of Blades and Heroes, and then I do use Flashing Steel for reference, but that's about it for now. So I don't have all of the rules to hand. That's good enough. Point being, it's going to be a total of 4 plus 6, and that's going to be a 10 versus a 5, which is a doubling. So our named hero is killed. Boy, that's not good. We've only done 2 damage. We still got 7 more to go, and we're down a guy. In fact, that Owlbear is now going to get to go with all 3 actions. No, wait a minute. Did we do that one already? I feel like we already did that one. So play kicks over, and the first thing we want to do, we're worried about Caleb. Caleb, stand up, would you? On a 4, Caleb is going to do that.
And then we're going to use our hero is going to try to take 3 actions. He gets 1 success. That's a failure, but he does get a 2nd success, so he's going to be able to make a power attack against Mama Owlbear, and she's going to be fighting at a 5, 4, 3 versus our hero's 4. She's a total of -3. 5 versus 5. He wins, but because she has no room to recoil... Wait a minute, does he win? Yeah, he wins. But because she has no room to recoil, she's going to fall down. So now plain old Gwyn is going to be attacking at a total of... Well, let's roll. Gwyn is going to be rolling for 3 ups. He's only going to get 1, so no power attack for him. She's going to be at a total of 4. He's going to be at a total of 6. So 4 versus 6. A tie is going to be no effect. 9 versus 9. And we're done. Owlbears get to go. 1, 2, 3. She'll go first. So she's going to go first, and with all 3 actions. Remember that she only activates on a 4+, so she will use 1 action to stand. And then same thing for who she's attacking. She's going to attack William. And it's going to be a 4. No. It's going to be 4 versus 4. And that's going to be a 9 versus a 6. She wins with an even number. Our boss man goes down. Papa Bear activates on 2+. He gets all 3 actions. There's no way to get there in 1 move. So he's going to use his first move to go here, and then on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's who he's going to charge. And on a 1, he comes after plain old Gwyn. That's his 2nd move, and then he's going to use his 3rd action to attack, and it's going to be a very simple 6 versus 4. And it's going to be an 8 versus a 9 because he wins. That's going to be a recoil directly away from him, and it's going to be the hero's turn to go. So we'll start with our hero, who activates on a 2+. He'll get 3 actions, so he can stand up, make a power attack, and this time she's going to be at 4, and he is going to be at 4. So 4 versus 4, 9 versus 7. With a green number, she's going to recoil away now. Because she is not surrounded, she can recoil, which may be a problem. Let's go ahead and bring Gwyn back into combat, activating on a 3-up. He gets 2 actions. He comes in to her, and he's going to be attacking at 4 for him versus 6 for her. Brave guy, 9 versus... No, he charged, so he's actually going to be at a 5. So it's going to be a 7 versus a... it's going to be 8 versus 8 for a tie, and nothing happens. Except that Doggo Caleb now gets his chance to get stuck in. He gets 3 successes. He's going to make a power attack, and now he's going to be at a total of 4. Versus her 5. No, power attack is going to be 4 on 4. And Doggo is going to lose that one. 5 versus 6. She wins and knocks him down. And now it's time for the Owlbears to go. 1, 2, 3, she goes first. Papa Bear's going first. And he's going to score himself 3 sweet successes. He is not in combat at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He goes after plain old Gwyn again, and now Gwyn is fighting at a 3 versus Papa Bear's 6. That could be a problem. 5 versus 10. Gwyn goes down. This might be the shortest fantasy campaign ever. So Gwyn has gone down, and Mama Bear has 3 attacks. 3 possible actions. She's only going to get 1, but she does get to attack Doggo, and because Doggo has fallen, she's at a plus. So she's at a total of 8 versus his 3. So plus 8 to the red die is going to be 9 versus 4, and now Caleb is down, and our boss man has to make a morale roll because the dead outnumber the living. It actually happened here. All 3 guys are dead. He's going to make all 3 of his successes. I only need to roll 2 dice. And it is now his turn. And is he going to heroically run away and leave his boon companions for dead? Or is he going to stay and fight it out? He's going to stay. And here's what he's going to do. He's going to try to take 3 actions. He's going to get 2. And he's, oh boy. So he can use 1 to move to here, and he's going to use his second action to try to heal his dog. He is a holy man, after all. He's going to get 3 successes, so Caleb at least stands back up. Bark, 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 bark. It's now the Owlbear's turn. And Mama Owlbear, well, who's going to go first? 1, 2, 3, it's Mama. 1, 2, 3, it's Mama. And Mama's going to take 3 actions. She's going to get 2. So she'll use 1 to close with Doggo, and she will attack with the other one. Because Doggo's on his feet, it's going to be 6 for her versus 3 for him. And that's going to be a 7 versus a 4. He's going to recoil. Papa Bear is going to charge the nearest guy, which is, again, Caleb. He's only going to get 2 successes, so it's going to be a 6 versus a 4. And that's going to be a 12 versus a 10, so he knocks Caleb down. All right, Mr. Bill, what are you going to do? You're going to make 2 actions. You're only going to get 2. And we'll move 7.5 will take us to there, and the other 7.5 to here. 1, 2, 3, it's Mama Bear. So Papa Bear gets to go first. Papa Bear is going to get all 3 actions. So he'll use 1 to move here, 1 to move here, and 1 to attack. He gets a 9 versus 6. He gets a 9 versus 6, and that's going to be a recoil result. And then Mama Bear is going to get 2 actions. So she can move 12 to there and 12 to there. So she's going to move to contact. And now William has no choice but to attack. He was hoping to get over there. I'll re-roll that one. All right, he gets 2 actions. So he can attack Mama Bear. It's going to be a 6 versus a 4, unfortunately. He was hoping to heal up his buddy, get him back on his feet. Probably should have done that a little bit earlier. It's going to be a 6 versus a 4. And that's going to be a 6 versus a 7. There's no way, man. You're going to die. I'm sorry, Bill. I'm sorry, fans. I think this is going to be the shortest one ever. With an odd number, that's going to be a recoil, which puts him in base-to-base contact with the other. It's 1 base width for every point of difference. Oh, that's... Is that true for Flashing Blades only, or is that true for all of these? If I've been playing this wrong the entire time. Looking now at the rules for Song of Blades and Heroes, some of these period-specific rule sets have slight little wrinkles that make things different. Each model with 2 models... so it's just 1 base width, but that does put him in contact with Papa Bear, and it's Papa Bear's turn. 1, 2, 3, it's Mama Bear gets to go. Papa Bear is going to go first. He is going to get all 3 actions. That's going to be a power attack. So we are looking at a 6 for the orange versus 3 for the green, and it's going to be a 12 versus an 8 with an even number. He falls down. And And then Mama Bear activates on a 4+. Mama Bear activates on a 4+. She's only going to get one action, so she can contact, but otherwise she's done. Our hero is going to take. He's going to try to take 3 actions. Activates on a 2-up. He gets 3 actions, so he can stand up, and it's going to be. He's already in contact with 2 people, so he's at a combat skill of 3. She's at a combat skill of 6. He gets an 8 versus an 8. That's a tie, and really, realistically, unless something really weird happens, 1, 2, 3. It's Mom goes first. Mom is only going to get 1 action, and it's going to be a 6 versus a 4 in this case. It's going to be a 9 versus a 9, and then Papa Bear gets to go, and he's only going to get 1 action, so he can at least move to contact. Our hero goes, and he's going to roll. Come on. 1 success, so he at least can get his attack at 6 versus 4. 12 versus a 9 is a fallen. Loser is fallen. Then Papa Bear gets to go. Wait, that was his attack. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, it's Mama Bear. Papa Bear is going to go. He's going to get to make a power attack at +2, so that's going to be an 8 versus a 3 for our hero. And that's going to be an 11 versus a 5. And now everybody's dead except for the Owlbears. This concludes the Hintervale campaign. This game is stupid. I'm praying for you.